Alright, how's it going, guys? This should be a nice long update video because somehow I managed to forget to do last week's. So this is 605, 23, 24, and 25. There wasn't a whole lot in last week's. There was some compatibility for actually addition stuff. It's a bit more supported. The 6 crystals have fitting materials now, and they can also be done in the replicator as a special recipe. I did not add that to the mod pack, so I won't be able to show you guys that stuff. It's kind of a weird mod, in my opinion. Beanie's mod version pre-15 is supported now, and Greg wouldn't recommend updating to that one unless you read its changelog and decide that you want it. NetMC and I have not had time to look at it to see if it's something we want to update to or not. So we are still on pre-14. The main thing with 15 is they removed almost all of the drinks, the juices, the wines, all of that stuff. So I'd rather just leave it in if the B stuff isn't any better. You can just stay at pre-15 with Beanie's Patcher because pre-15 removes a ton of stuff, such as drinks, and he will try to do support for both versions if possible. He did add compat for Balkan's weapon mod, which I did add to the pack, so you can make crossbows with Greg recipes now. So you need steel plates and steel rings. All of the strings work for the string. The different gun barrels will take small pipe, small gear. Anything that's diamond will just be normal, but things that are gold will take gold plates, and iron will take iron plates, and then the stone is still the same. It'll be just a stone. If anybody doesn't know about this mod, it's a mod from way back in 1.4, 1.5 maybe. It's a really fun mod to play with. You got blunderbuss, muskets, crossbows, a blow dart gun, which is just made out of 3 sugar cane, and then these, let's see, where is the dart? Here they are, poisonous darts. It'll give you slowness, hunger, whichever one you choose. These boomerangs are a lot of fun to play with. You got a cannon, and then you got, Harold, halberd. You got flails. These are the muskets with bayonets. And he did make the blunderbuss shot take a small pile of stone dust, tiny pile of gunpowder, tiny piece of paper, and then the actual musket rounds are lead round, tiny pile of gunpowder, and a tiny piece of paper. Alright, next thing is the GT6 oven. Now is a little bit faster, as if it wasn't fast enough already, and consumes 256 heat units per process instead of 400. The portable scanner will now give more information and better information. So you'll see it doesn't say the You cannot wrench this machine. It now actually says what wrench to use, what level, the blast resistance of it, how much progress it has, how much power it can have, or how much it can output. And that's the same for transformers, battery boxes, all that kind of stuff now have better. The pipes are still the same. There's the battery box, and there's what the transformer looks like. So much better information we get from those. Can even tell how much you can hold in your item barrels as well. Let's see. Sharpener recipes for galvanized steel and other coated stuff for ingot to rod and similar are now gone since they didn't make sense. So you can't make galvanized steel rods out of a galvanized ingot on the grindstone anymore. Just like you cannot cut one. So if you're trying to make a galvanized steel rod, skip that recipe. You'll need to bathe the rod itself. That is the only way of doing it. You can't cut a long rod, and you can't extrude it. Nothing like that. Let's see. Debug items. The debug scanner that has free infinite amount of power. Basically the same exact thing as this, but it's just infinite in power. Cannot be taken out of any Gregtech blocks if you are not an op. So if it was put into one of these chests or a crafting table or in a charging block, it would not be able to be taken out by anybody who is not opt on the server. That did cause an issue with the regular scanner, but that was taken care of. Let's see. There was also the ability to do it with hoppers, which is prevented as well. And it will not drop when the block is broken. There are crops and bales for rye, oat, barley, and rice now. The bales don't dry or rot in world, just like the vanilla hay bales or wheat bales. So it's safe to decorate with it. And I did some crossbreeding last week in a live stream to show you guys the different crops. So I think this one is the oats. This is the barley. Pop these up here real quick. So there's the barley, and there's the oat. And then you have this one, which is rice. And nope, that's the same one. I already had this one. Oh, this one. There we go. And there's the rye. So you'll see that all of these are the same. They just make their own kind of bale here. And if I can hit the right key, there we go. There's the oat bale. And then you have the barley bale, which will be more of a green color. And then your rice bale. And you can use the Pam's version of all of those if you have 9 of the Pam's version of the crop, like the rye here, turn it into a bale, it'll automatically turn into, when you undo it, it'll turn into the Greg's version. So you don't have to try to crossbreed to get them, but you can. It's either way you choose to do it. They can all be used for fermenting and stuff like that. They can be used basically as anything that wheat can be used as. You can also box them up with the boxinator. You can shred them down to get your flour and grass. You can dry them into just dry grass and distilled water. You can ferment them with whatever fluids you choose. And just about everything you can do with wheat, you can pretty much do with them. It's just Greg's own variety of them. And now we're going to go to 24. There are two things I'm missing, or one thing I'm missing from 23, and we'll take care of that in the 24 update. And that is the heavy cream recipe. Okay, so now 24 and 25. We'll go ahead and take care of 25 first. This is some compatibility for Growthcraft, which there was some Growthcraft stuff done in 24, and part of 25 is the ability to do that with the Gregtech shovel. Also, the Gregtech spade works as well. These are rice paddies. If you don't know what these are, it's where you plant your rice. You have to get a bucket of water and put it in. So GT6 shovels can now place rice paddies in farmland, just like vanilla shovels, and GT6 wooden buckets can fill them with water. They apparently were already able to do that before. There was a fix for gas burners. One of the changes he did in 25 messed up their ability to be shut off with the adjacent automatic shut-off switch. So that was fixed in 25. So if you update to 24, make sure you get the 25 update. And then you can now fill wooden buckets with distilled water, but they will automatically turn into regular water, not distilled any longer. Okay, now for the regular 24 updates. Growthcraft Community Edition is now more compatible. Like its bamboo can now be used in the coke oven to make the bamboo cokes, the bamboo charcoal stuff. So let's go look at bamboo here and see how to make the bamboo charcoal. Can only be done in the Gregtech coke oven. So 2 bamboo will make you 2 bamboo charcoal, and you will get creosote out of it. The Biomes of Plenty bamboo can also be done the same way if you use Biomes of Plenty, that is. MV and HV chainsaws were consuming way too much energy for tree capitation stuff. That was fixed. Control and detector covers, which are placed on a universal extender on a multi-block, will now work. Apparently that was something that wasn't working. I don't really know why you would need it on an extender when a multi-block is, well, a multi-block. So I'm not going to test that out. The bottom texture of the multi-block centrifuge being mirrored along the Z-axis was fixed. Not really sure why that was an issue, because you can't see it. It's covered by the floor most of the time. Not really sure why you'd have it up high enough you could see it, but apparently it needed to be fixed, so that was fixed. There was also a bug where the supporter certificate, if you are a patron of Greg's, you get a supporter certificate. If your inventory was full, you would not get it. So that was fixed. And you can delete your Gregtech certificate.support.dat file in your save file, and it will reset the already given status for all players, so you can try to get it, so you can get it again, so you can actually get it. There was a fix for ocean water block rendering issue, basically for like underwater sea life, plant life, wasn't rendering properly. So that has been taken care of. Honey again was fixed. This is because there are multiple different kinds of honey. Apparently, Forestry a while back changed the name of their honey to 4.honey. Growthcraft decided to be extra special and make their honey GRC.honey. And then you had the regular honey from Pam's, which is what Forestry used to be. So Greg now has it, so all of them will be turned into his honey fluid. So they are all compatible. No issues with that. The Growthcraft honeycombs can be used in the Gregtech centrifuge to get beeswax. You can use the Growthcraft regular honeycomb, which will give you honey and beeswax. Let's see. Milk, for the same reason as honey, was fixed because Growthcraft wanted to be special and choose GRC.milk, while Forestry and MFR just use milk. So that was taken care of. Here is the fix that messed up the gas burners. Transformers and battery boxes turning on and off due to adjacent machines auto turning on or off when active or inactive was fixed. We checked that out in the live stream, and it is absolutely fixed. It is a great thing because it kept confusing the shit out of me why my canning machine wasn't working when I had it right next to a battery box or a transformer. So I love that fix. Also, IC2 machines not exploding was fixed. So now if they go over voltage, they will explode, but they go by the Gregtech voltage of 64 instead of 32. So you can still provide them with 64 EU per tick. You just can't provide them with 65. So if you have any IC2 machines that you're going to be using, you still need to make sure they have the proper voltage if you're running them off of your Gregtech power grid. Chocolate can now be fed to pets. Doesn't say it's a good idea, but it can be done. There is a unification that needs to be done, though, because all chocolate bar, if you have Pam's, turns into Pam's chocolate rather than a Gregtech chocolate ingot. And you got to have the chocolate ingot for you to be able to feed it to them. Gregtech can now make stamps from Forestry. So there is a printer recipe now to print your stamps instead of this crafting one or the carpenter one. You can now use up some of the glue that we all have sitting around going to waste with apatite dust and 9 tiny pieces of paper to make 9 stamps or glue and one of each of the tinies to make one. And you can also use tiny zinc plates for the 1N stamp. The 2N stamp, which has always been just copper, you now have copper, annealed copper, and lead can be used to make those. The 5N, which is just tin, can now use bismuth, bronze, or tin. And then the 10N, which is gold, can now use electrum, silver, or gold. And then the other three are off by default, which I think Greg said was like diamond, emerald, and something else. I don't remember what. Oh, nether star. So those can be turned on and should also be able to be printed, but they're typically off because nobody's really ever going to use them. Okay, beet juice will be required and is now possible to make. So you now have a Beats Me beet juice that is gotten from your Pam's Harvest Craft Beets. And you juice that, or you squeeze that, and you get your beet juice, and then that is now what is needed to make sugar out of beets. There is no sugar recipe any longer for just beets. So you can see you have reed water, you have honey, you have beet juice, and you have sap. That's your ways of making sugar in the distillery now. Let's see. He added red and white grapes, which I've managed to get the red one here. That's this one right here. I have not yet been able to get a white grape yet. But the white and red grapes have been added along with their crops, juices, smoothies, wines, and everything. Simply because Growthcraft has red grapes and I only had green and purple. Also updated the raisin cookie dough texture to reflect this colorful addition. Now, Growthcraft's grape juice is the purple one. Beanie's old grape juices are red and white, while the green grape juice, smoothie, and wine is just a GT6 thing. Also, purple grape juice now turns into Ricardo Sanchez, what is a wine that is named very similar to a character in Rick and Morty. He got the idea because he literally saw a bottle of it at home, because apparently people like to gift alcohol at holidays around his family. And the other thing that we needed to look at, this is a two-part thing from from update 24 and 23. The first part is heavy cream. Can now be made in a centrifuge or a mixing bowl. I will show you the recipe here in a second. But you can also do it, or you can do it in a centrifuge, or you can do it in a mixing bowl. So let's look up cream instead of milk. It'll be a little easier. So you have your cream bottle from Growthcraft. You can use soy milk, nasty, or regular milk. And this is the non-standard milk. If you manage to get it, that's the Growthcraft milk. You also have your centrifuge recipe, so milk to cream, which is 50 to 50 straight up recipe, same as the mixing bowl. You need a treated stick, which does not get consumed. So you put your milk in, you stick your treated stick in there and slosh it around, and you'll get your cream. There's your bucket of cream. And then if you put that back in, the part that comes from 24 here is that you will now be able to make butter. So you have butter ingots, a chunk of pure fat. So if you look at the cream bucket here, you can mix that to make butter, 250 liters of cream for each butter, which is why I got 4 butter ingots. So Growthcraft adds butter and salted butter, and so this butter can be used in any of your regular recipes for food from like Pam's, Growthcraft, stuff like that. You can also add salt to it, which will make your salted butter as if it wasn't unhealthy enough as it is. You can also make a butter block, which no is not slippery. We had somebody ask that already. And you can straight up eat the butter, but it is not suggested. 2 of them will be enough to kick you in the butt and kill you. The salted one will actually give you hunger and kill you. So a little worse. And make sure you pick up the cream. I'll try this again since the update, but I don't believe it has changed. So I haven't tried this since the 25 update. But I do believe you do have to pick it up with the bucket before you change it to butter from cream. Because you'll just keep trying to stick the stick back in. And it will not. See, you can't put the stick back in. Because it's basically, this is on the outside of the output of the recipe. So you gotta take it out, put it back in. And then you can switch it back to making it into butter. Now, another thing that was updated is the strongholds have had a nice little addition to them. I am actually going to attempt here something I don't typically do, and that is I'm going to attempt to take us out to one that Crazy and I found while we were live streaming the other day. Let's see if I can find it here on my map. We actually managed to find like 4 of them. If I can remember where they are. Let me get my bearings here. I need to go to that one, which is west. So let's see. Should be about straight west of where we're at. And we are right here. So if we go straight out here, okay, this would be close. There's the one I found walking, I do believe. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go down this way a little bit. It doesn't have one. Alright, did my map mess up? I don't see it on the map. Let's see if we can do it this way. Fort 1. Teleport. Alright. So, you can tell I never typically do this. I have no idea how to do it. Alright, so first thing you have here for the changes is there is now a pool with Glotus in it that was added, and we'll typically have some chests around it. So here's chest in each corner here. Also, the smelting room here has changed. You will typically have a drum in the corner with water in it. You can see it's got 64,000 units of water in it. You have a cauldron, a mixing bowl, 2 taps, and a funnel. These are stainless steel taps and stainless steel funnel. So nice thing to find there. The titanium safe is moved from the center over against the wall with chests. So these are nice stainless steel chests. I am definitely going to grab these and melt them down. Always nice to be able to find some iridium shards. There's some more Glotus as well. The coins have been moved from the corners over to this area. There's also a mortar crafting table. There's a stainless steel workbench, which has all kinds of stainless steel parts in it, which is awesome. This is probably the best find I've seen if you could find one of these early on in the game. There's also a measuring pot sitting here. There is going to be mass storages with the kind of material that the fort is made out of, so you can expand easily. In case you want to know, this is titanium safe has died. There will also now be wooden barrels that you can find. Usually they'll have purple drink. You can see all 3 of these are purple drink. You have your usual crucible area over here and another chest here. Barracks have stayed pretty much the same, except you now have coins that can spawn on top of the safe, and the bookshelf is now down beside. You can also find these porcelain cups, which I had not found up until now. So you got 4 porcelain cups here. I do believe there's 1 in each room. Yep. And let's go, and can't remember if this is the one that has it or not. Nope, it's not this one. Alright, so let's zoom over to the other one, which, let's see. I know there's one right here. We actually found one here, and then one right across the island from it. But there's also a Fort 3 that I marked that I know has what I want here. So we'll zoom to this one. And here we go. Here's Fort 3. And we'll go down in this one. And let's see. So I'm going to read while I'm going down here. It was time for those to get a bit updated, so GT6 strongholds now spawn with the following stuff: colored porcelain cups and coins in the barracks and libraries. Some of the cups even being filled with a random drink. Libraries, if you have Thaumcraft, will have some Thaumcraft stuff in them. I don't have that, so I can't show you that. Otherwise, the libraries have stayed pretty much unchanged. If you have Thaumcraft, the library cups will have night vision potion in them, since that makes sense, since it's a place you need to use your eyes to read stuff. There's a new unlit nether portal room, which is what we're here looking for. You can see this is the same type of room we were just in, just a little bit different look. This again is stainless steel stuff. More stainless steel in there. And you have purple drink, Glen McKellen, so you got scotch, purple drink, and vodka. And some more purple drink. So it's not always purple drink. This one I don't think had a pool in it, but it does have the unlit nether portal. Here's another barracks room. This one I do believe has platinum coins in it, which is an awesome thing to find early on. Can melt them down. We'll go this way. There's another portal room. Looks just like the, or no, that's the end portal room. In case you've never seen one, here's the end portal. I do believe this one had another portal in it. That's why I marked it. But maybe not. Let's see. There's no way off of that way. And what was around here? Oh yeah, this was the barracks. So, okay, I marked the wrong one. Apparently it's the other one that has another portal. So let's buzz over back to Fort 1 real quick. And we will run upstairs and go check that one out. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump across to get there. I'll finish reading this here. There's a new unlit nether portal room similar to the already existing end portal room. Does not always have to generate, as you've seen in these two that I just found. The crate room now also contains barrels and drums with useful raw materials, including stainless steel drum with useful raw materials and full of different kinds of raw oil. That's one I do believe is over in this one as well. That one is an awesome find. I could not believe it when I seen it. And I think I left my dinghy back at home, because I'm not planning on taking any of this stuff while I'm out here, since I, technically cheated to get back out here. Crazy and I'll come out here and scavenge everything later. A room with a pool, random Glotus pads in it, contain up to 4 chests with the bonus chest loot in them. Barrels full of some random selected drinks in the default room. There we go. There's our other fortress, other stronghold, I guess. They can be item wood barrels. I have not seen that as of yet. There's a 33% chance that they will be ironwood barrels. As I said, purple drink, most likely the stuff it will contain, but there is others. The water drum, tap, funnel, mixing bowl, cauldron, bathing pot set up in the corner that I showed you. A corner to the default room where there is a safe, 3 chests, crafting table, mortar, coins, measuring pod, advanced crafting table, and 2 mass storages full of the material that it was made of. Alright, so let's go down in here. And this one also has the T intersection. In corridors now have a few coins and a cup with a random drink. So that's the 2 things that are in this one that we will check out. And then we will zoom our butt back home and end this update video. So here's your T intersection. So you now have a porcelain cup with your drink in it, your coins, chest, and crafting table. Same as down there. Now this one was a pretty nice one. It was pretty big. Let's see. Okay, this is the default drum room here. So you have latex, holy water, and glue in those. Here are the latex, seed oil, creosote oil, and I guess I was wrong. I did find ironwood barrels. Latex, purple drink, glue, seed oil, more holy water, lubricant, purple drink, and purple drink. Then you have crates of tin plates, bronze, stainless steel ingots, more stainless steel, copper, iron, and then these are the stainless steel drums that have different varied oils in them. Everything from heavy oil to regular oil, all those can be found in there. Oops. Probably shouldn't try to light it. Alright, so this is just one of the open rooms here. I think that's the same as this one, just a big open room. Let's see, is this the end portal? Nope, this is the nether portal room. So here's your unlit nether portal room. All you have to do is give it a light, and you'll pop in. And that is it. So I'm going to buzz my butt back home now, and we will end this here. I do believe I marked, I think, home. If not, I know somewhere that is pretty close. I can go to Sanders' place to get back home. Yeah, apparently I didn't mark home. So I will go here. That'll get me somewhat close to home. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.